How's it going, everyone? Want to do a little prospect stream. I still haven't decided who exactly I want to watch, so if anyone has any suggestions, gonna post them. But yeah, we're just gonna do some tape. I don't know exactly what. Maybe I'll watch. I'm gonna do a no Penda game. I think let's do a Penda game because I know people have wanted to say they haven't. Okay, recent game he had 15 points. Let's watch the recent Penda game. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. No Penda. This is Shalom, which I think no, never mind. I'm mixing up my French league teams. All right.
Et c'est parti.
Noah Penda, who I think is a lottery guy. Wait, I'm actually going to change the title really quick and switch that around. Noah Penda. Penda, 6'8" maybe. Crazy length, crazy instincts, reactions. Awesome defensive player. Doesn't have any steals or blocks in this game. He is a huge steal block getter, but doesn't seem to have any in this game at this point. Watch Nate Ament. Okay, we could actually look. Honestly, okay, we can do that. I don't super strongly feel this. I'll change the title for you. I do love Nate Ament. I will say that. That guy's a beast. Are his high school games on YouTube? I don't know if I have them otherwise. He plays for Highland, yes. But yeah, let's look for a Nate Ament. Okay, cool. We got it. Perfect. Thank you, NBA. Shout out to. Okay. That's my YouTube recommended. Shout out Gracie Abrams. I listen to this cover all the time. So good. And this is against Prolific, which is amazing. We watched the Prolific game recently, so we're gonna get some Darryn Peterson here. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully everyone had a nice week, had a nice Valentine's Day. But yeah, let's watch some hoops. I'm a big Nate Ament guy. I've been a big fan of his. He was great in AAU, I think. Really, really good in Adidas circuit. It's a ridiculous shot maker at his level of size and like fluidity to create stuff as well. But again, okay, I don't think Winters was. No, Winters definitely was not playing in the last game. Yeah, no, Winters. No, Winters was not playing in the last game I watched. Here we go, Matt with the ball. Nice little basic pass. Always good to see Ament being able to like adjust and make a pass versus pressure there. That's nice. Peterson fade. I'm gonna try not to just like do the thing I always do when I watch the Darryn Peterson game, which is just like only talk about Darryn Peterson. Hey Gil, how's it going? Can we get a Juju breakdown? I actually wrote one for work for Sportskeeda that is probably going to be posted tomorrow. But I'm thinking about doing a video as well for like a proper, real proper breakdown. She's unreal. I saw a bunch of women's basketball like Twitter drama over like foul calls, and like I think Lauren Betts' mom was like beefing with some WNBA Twitter person, and I'm like, this is crazy. This is always crazy.
Number 10.
Also, it looks like Nate Ament's gonna slide down and
Number
block
10.
Bundalo. Nice. Whew. I mean, that's just a ridiculous shot. Like moving forwards right there with a contest right behind him. Like he is a ridiculous shooter and obviously very
Highland got
tall.
some.
Peterson.
Highland got
Oh,
some more. I think.
disgusting Euro step. I mean, just like it throws him off with this first step.
Highland got some more.
Yeah, it's sick. I don't know anyone else on the Highland. Are there any other prospects on this team? I can look it up. Bondillo. There we go, Immense. Using his length. Good stuff. Ripping that Peterson pass. He's beast, man. He's really good. I think he's going to go top 5 next year.
No, I don't got my play guy either.
Obviously, a lot can change, but I would definitely expect him to end up in the top 5, like top 7 at the very latest. Like he's going to be really, really good. And I hope he goes somewhere cool. Honestly, him at Kentucky would be awesome. Him at Duke would be cool too. I don't know. Like it would be cool to see him play with the Boozers. It would be cool to see him play with like Mark Pope and Malachi Marino and Caden Lewis and Jasper Johnson. 0 on Highland. That's like their point guard. Yeah. Good step out by Akezi. Shout out Abina Akezi Jr. 2027 big. He's a pretty highly ranked guy. I did an interview with him at Sportskita, and he was a very cool dude. Who was good, who was fun to talk ball with. And he's just a cool player. He's like 6 shot blocker, really mobile, big, just the kind of player that I always enjoy. Three. Good D by Bundalo. Oh, it's gonna okay. Yeah, they're hard doubling Ament at this point. Okay, good. They see what teams do not do to Darryn. It's like this prolific knows. It's like okay, teams like don't double him, and he drops 60. So we're gonna double Nate Ament, which is like again, that's a strategy that will probably work at this level more than it won't. Especially when you're like as talented of a team as prolific, obviously. Full of, future college guys and at least one future pro, I'll tell you that. Possibly more for sure, but yes, that would be the pretty easy top 5 at this point. And it's like one of the most ridiculous top 5s I've ever seen. I don't think anyone's like I honestly don't know who I'd have 6 at this point. I don't know. I don't love anyone else at this point, but it's obviously really early. I do really like Dash Daniels. I've liked him for quite a while. I don't know if he's that high, but like he's quite good. I think he's gonna be really good. Like Malik Thomas is interesting. Like Koa Pete's, I don't know like the ceiling, but he's probably gonna be solid, right? I like Caleb Wilson. Again, I don't know about his offense, but I think his defense is phenomenal. Immense.
Oh yeah, I guess he was
bucket. Yeah, just tough to guard a guy that size without fouling.
He got the lengthy.
Oh, I forgot I honestly forgot Elijah was in the class. He's definitely 6th. I did forget about him. Yeah, you're right. I do kind of like sometimes I struggle with him because I'm like he really, really, truly never passes, and but I get why. It's like I get why Elijah Arenas, who plays at Chatsworth, would never pass. He has some interest. He's got some solid players. I really like their center Taj. I can't remember his last name. Anyways, they have a pretty good center. Looks like I'm making the same play. Yeah, they have a pretty good center, but yeah, he's good. I like Elijah. He's just like such a talented advantage creator, and I think there's certainly downside with him. Like I think there's a lot of ways that it can go wrong with him, but he is just. I haven't been an A cuff guy in the past, but I know people say he's been a lot better this high school season with IMG, so I'm definitely gonna need to watch some of him. But I've never been super high on him in the past, like just from his old IMG stuff and the recent EYBL stuff. But like I said, I'm definitely open to changing my opinion. Darryn getting to the free throw line, as always. Ament. Okay, look at Darren's. They're shading so hard. Even Darryn. I mean, this is kind of freelancing as well, possibly, but he's definitely like stepping out before. I mean, obviously, he has the freakiest athletic tools ever, and he's Darryn Peterson, so he can just do all this stuff on defense. But again, just a lot of simple plays by Ament. This is what you want to see from your like high school initiators when they get pressured, because this is going to happen. This is obviously going to happen, and it's good to see Ament handling that well. Look at him guarding on the block here. Ooh, goes for the steal. Peterson downhill, loses the ball. Dribble handoff. Who is 3? Is 3 new? Who is 3 on prolific prep? Why do I not know this now? I'm gonna look this up. Oh, it's Rajan Roberts. Right. Okay. Jeremiah Gorham is number 0 on Highland.
Oh, what else are you supposed to do?
Yeah, I could see A cuff being. I don't know. I struggle with like the smaller guards who aren't like high feel guys, at least in my perception of him.
What else are you supposed to do?
But like I said, he is definitely talented. But I've never seen like really high level stuff with him in the past. But yeah, I don't know. Like I'm not sold on these guys. Like I'm not sold on Wilson. Like I like Shelton Henderson a lot. I like Sebastian Williams Adams a lot. I like Braylon Mullins and Malachi Moreno both quite a bit. Who else do I like in that class? Like it's a fine. After those guys, it's like fine. I think. I don't know. Shout out Josiah Sanders, Colorado Prep. He's going to Colorado. Might be like a top 3 point guard. Oh, Mikal Brown is good. I think Mikal Brown. I always forget about him, but he is good. Brown is good, and Caden Boozer is quite good as well. Ooh, but yeah, Bethea year 2. I hope he gets right. I mean, I just like don't. I don't know what's going on exactly there, but obviously has not been a good situation. Good pass by Roberts right there. Nice. Just drops the ball, but ooh. So nice little move there by I think it's Unars. I don't remember. Thoughts on Kian? I think he'll be a good, solid to good college player. Would be my guess. I just don't think he has like any of the NBA traits, whether that's like his athletic tools or like the feel is fine. He's not like an incredibly productive offensive player. The advantage creation isn't really there, but like, he is very skilled. And if the shooting ends up being also a great block by Ament, Ament's defense has been sick in this game so far. This is awesome. Whew, beautiful contest. But I do think Kian's really skilled, like can make like pick and roll passes, obviously has some of the pull-up stuff. And I would imagine, I definitely don't think it's like impossible for him to be an NBA prospect eventually. I don't think he's as good as I thought Bronny was coming into USC. I'll say that. Obviously hopefully, there's no crazy medical emergency, but just coming into USC, that was what I thought. But yeah, Kian is. I mean, he's fine. Like he's gonna be a solid college player. But it would be really cool if he was good. So I'm rooting for him. I think it'd be sick if Melo's kid was just an awesome player. Great pass by Peterson, but great roll by Nico there too. Good slip. But yeah, great pass by Peterson, as always. Rank Isaac, Flag, and AD as defensive prospects. That's the most unbelievable. Oh, that's fucking impossible. My immediate gut CIA Bella Vista. Where's IMG? I will write that down and watch that from Bella Vista's good. They're basically the Canadian national team. I've watched them play live a couple times out here on the West Coast. Sadler's a fucking god. Paulo Sarui is great. They have a couple other guys I like too. Noah George, Silla. There's a lot of great Canadians. Kamai Samuel, Godson Akoko, I think, 2027. A lot of really fucking good Canadian talent, which is cool. There's the Darryn split. And yeah, Sadler's awesome. He was fun to watch him. He is so quick. He is I mean, like it's insane watching that guy run in real life. He is one of the faster guys I've seen at the high school level. It is crazy. And he's like a very, very good basketball player. If he wasn't 5'9", he would be a lottery pick. But that is unfortunately how it goes sometimes. Can I make a video on Danny Wolf? That could definitely happen. I don't know if it'll happen. I don't know when it'll happen, but he seems worth a video. I'm not fully. I don't have like a fully formed take on him. I think Wolf is good, but maybe a little lower than consensus. Like I think he's like a late first, early second type, right? Which I feel like maybe consensus has him a little higher than that, but he is very interesting, and I think his floor is high. Because just bigs with his kind of ball skills is like very rarely, even if they're not stars like your Kelly Olynyk's or whoever's, or even like, but your Wendell Carter's. Also, beautiful pass by Ament. Oh my goodness, he catches Darryn sleeping there. Beautiful pass by Ament is so good. But yeah, my favorite like sleeperish center is Alex Condon at Florida. I think that guy's awesome. I know he just got hurt, right? I believe Condon just got hurt, but he's so awesome. Like I love the ball. He's like he's not as flashy as Wolf, obviously, but he's like a really good ball handler. I think he's a better athlete. Probably a better decision maker. I just like the scoring with him is bad, but defense, I think Condon is really, really good. Like so fluid and smooth moving. Great like rotations and stuff. But is there any player you think should have made McDonald's All-American? I actually don't know who. I'll go look at the roster right now. Who is here? Vanessa, Peterson, Ament. Oh, Moreno did make it. Nice. I think Kingston Fleming did too. If not, then Kingston Fleming definitely should have made it. Yeah, Kingston Fleming should have made it. Off the top of my head, but I'm sure there's. If you have other names, I can tell you. But what I think, but I just can't think off the top of my head. And I want to watch this game. You can see him, even though he's like pretty weak and doesn't have a super strong or balanced base, like he kind of falls over and throws it up. I like the craft here. I like him like pivoting and stepping through and trying to draw a foul there. Like the process of getting to that shot, I think, is good, even if the results didn't bear fruit at this moment. Wolf is definitely first team all like insanely cool highlights in this draft, though. That's undeniable. The play hit against Oregon is just like it's one of those plays that has like you'll have people who don't like really follow prospects that closely, like text you and be like, who the fuck is this dude? And then, but yeah, like just based on his highlights and good double by Bundle. I really like Nico. Really like Nico. Peterson zoom. Good D by Matt, just changing directions right there. Getting a hand in Darren's vicinity. Queen versus Rutgers. I watched only Queen's clips from that game, and he was pretty impressive. But I might eventually, yeah. Yeah, I definitely can get being higher on Elijah than Ament. I think that's definitely I can get that. He is just like he might just be like that next level talented with the ball in his hands, like in terms of creating and scoring. That just doesn't fucking matter. Anything else? I can't find anything about Caden that isn't also about Cam. What do you mean, Camille? Like you can't find like you don't think they're different players? Like you can't find anyone talking about it.
He got drafted with fine.
Michigan versus Purdue last few minutes. I might have watched that game. I don't remember, but
No, he got
definitely an inconsistent decision maker. Wolf is. I mean, I think he has some good moments, but
no, he got drafted with Lamelo.
oh, even talking about Boozer. I like Caden. He's like I don't know. He's like a tall, like floor general point guard who's good at defense and can't really score. Like he's just like a brilliant passer, great cutter, off ball guy, sick defender, especially like off the ball. But he just like doesn't really have a jumper, and he can like drive sometimes. And he'll have some big scoring games, but overall, like he'll like like defenses will go under him and stuff, and he'll try to like and he'll kind of like hesitate on drives just because he's not the most explosive guy, and his shooting confidence can definitely wane. But like he definitely will have games where he's driving really well, especially when the shot is going in. He's a very smart player. I think Caden is like is a lock to be a great college player. I'm still like undecided about him. Also, this is a Peterson block. Oh my god, look how quickly he got up. It's ridiculous. What a fucking athlete. Oh, did he get hurt? Dude, Peterson is just unbelievable. I don't even want to say. But Cooper said in an interview that he wants to come back. Dude, that would be the coolest team. That would be the coolest team ever. I want to see Boozer and we got so many awesome Boozer versus Flag matchups throughout their careers, like because they were both dominant from young ages. So like we got our fix of those two guys battling each other plenty. Even though Cooper left early. But it would be so insane to see those two guys in the same team. It'd be so insane. I agree with Mitchell. I agree he has a lot of Donovan Mitchellisms. In terms of like fluidity of how quickly he's like a thicker John Morant to me almost. Like he's not that explosive, but just like the way he can like change directions and just move in and out of defenses and like be so fluid. I feel like there's some like less explosive, a little more reined in jaw-ish in his movement. Just that, not like a comparison, obviously. He's like, I don't even know. He's so good. Do I think Sturts and Riley will declare? Sturts, I doubt. Like, I don't think he's getting any hype beyond like draft Twitter people. I mean, like, I'm pushing the Sturts agenda for the outlets that that pay the bills to write for. So like I will be trying to get Sturts into the mainstream agenda. But Riley, I could definitely see. I mean, I would probably take him in like the early second round. I still think he's worth a flyer at this point. He's just a very good defense by Kezi at the rim right there. Stays down, gets up. Yeah, I still take him, but I do think Dem in year 2, unlikely, very unlikely, I'd say. I would bet he still has his fans in the league, and he's probably not. I don't know. It's just I feel like freshmen don't often like pass out like the top 20-ish possible, but I do agree with you that it would be good to see just for his development. That is true. Yeah, Condon is awesome. He's insanely good. I think he's really, really good. Just like amazing. I was comparing him to Wolf because he's not as flashy and like not as dynamic of a creator as Wolf, but he is like a really good for like a guy who's probably like better at like the traditional center stuff than Wolf and is a more mobile, athletic defender. He can really handle is like an incredible, like really good passing flashes while also being like a great decision maker. Just like how does he score is the main question for Condon to me. Like kind of willing shooter, but not great shooting numbers. Like really weak. I mean, he just needs to add strength.
Oh,
Like he's young. I think he's like 20. He just needs to add strength. If he had strength, he'd be fine. But
wow.
he's quite good. I think he just got injured. Ooh, look at him. Terrible camera work, but Nate Ament pull up 3 from well beyond the line. Ament is such a beast. Ooh, a Kezi out for 3. Okay, I like experimenting with that. Why not?
Darryn Peterson number 3, and he's number 4 with the ball.
Yeah, I wish the camera let us see this part of the game. Anyways, Ament. Oh my god. Oh my god. I wish I could see the I mean, he breaks Peterson coming up, going baseline. We get that. Hop steps. Oh my lord, Nate Ament. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Yegor, AJ, and Catch. I like Catchings too, honestly. Catchings is very much like a long-term bet, but I think he's an interesting one. And he has like some like the movement, shooting, size, and rim protection is like a very rare and valuable combination of skills. But yeah, no, I like Catchings. I think he's a good upside bet. AJ in the Big 12 is good. We're going to get Darryn versus AJ in the Big 12. I believe Darryn has won both or maybe all 3 of the matchups with AJ this year. Obviously, the recent one, I know he won the other Utah prep game. It was not grind session. I don't remember what it was, but
he made to lose the ball to a step back.
I think he's probably gonna stay in the draft. I just think it's hard to pass up like top 20 if that's still his range. But it would be sick to see him with that team. And I don't know, like I could definitely see his stock going up if just because of the environment, but I could also see it not if he like doesn't stand out as more than like a role player on that team, you know. Queen and McNeely to the Spurs, I like that. I love the Spurs for like insert talented big with some big flaws like Colin Murray Boyles or I don't know anyone basically. But yeah, I love that. Queen with Wemby is the coolest shit ever. I agree. And yeah, the Spurs need like a good version of like a like good young version of like Harrison Barnes and or Champagne. So like I like the McNeely ad for them as well. I like Con Knipple for them for look at that defense by Darryn. He's looking at him like back pedal here and keep his balance. That's crazy. Just the little movements with Darryn are insane. deflection there. Yeah, I don't know what like the NBA thing. Yeah. You know, I've definitely been lower on Demon for a while now, but I think, there's still like interesting traits and things to work with there. Like he is huge and a ridiculous passer, so that's worth something. And just not a top 5 pick in a loaded class. Okay. Akezzy? Good pass by Akezzy. That's my guy. Any 5, the Lakers need a center. That fucking TikTok sound kills me. I mean, I don't think they're gonna pick high enough to get any of the good ones. I mean, like if Queen falls to them, that would be amazing. I don't anticipate that happening. Maybe it will. Who knows? Like Malawash would obviously be amazing for them. I think Sorber could be cool if Sorber comes out. I was gonna say I don't know if the Lakers deal with first this year. I don't think so. Or maybe they do. They might. I don't know. Even like I don't know. There's probably some other centers. I think Condon would be good. I would like Condon as the next Florida center that they employ after Kadiba by Ament again. Great like hip opening right here. Super fluid. Yeah, Condon would be like the Florida center that was promised. Shout out Colin Castleton though. I like Colin Castleton. So easy. Ament just break. I mean, this is not good defense, obviously, but Ament just breaks the pressure. Like the fluidity and the speed at his height is crazy. So even though he's not the strongest or most explosive guy, like he really can make up with it, make up for it with like the speed and the coordination. But let's see what Darren's got cooking. Acceleration loses the. He's been a little sloppy with his hands on this game. Fears is still going to go in the. I think Fears still goes pretty high. I would be shocked if he went back to school at this point. Honestly, I mean it might be good to see, but I still think he's worth the lottery pick. I mean, I still think he's worth the lottery pick. Like JT. Texas Tech is fun. I'm not a huge Toppin fan, honestly. But I do love Darryn Williams. I think Darryn Williams is a first round guy. And I think Christian Anderson is also like an intriguing, just someone worth keeping an eye on just because of how ridiculous of an offensive player he is, even though he's tiny. But no, Darryn Williams is amazing, but not a huge Toppin guy. Darryn, pull up. Oh, it's pure. It is pure. The purest pull up from Darryn Peterson. That's good pass again. And then just like making great plays in this game against the double teams and the low man. But of course, Darryn Peterson is gonna he wrecks the play because he's Darryn Peterson. Whatever. Guath is very intriguing to me. I think he's still like a long-term project at this point, just because he just doesn't have much of an offensive game. Like the flashes of some of the driving and like coordination at times. And obviously like the shot blocking is crazy. He's like a guy, just one of those guys worth betting on, I think. And that's probably going to be like whenever he comes out with like a two-way probably. Or summer league. But I think he's going to be really worth. Like I like guys like that with just like the outlier movement skills, even if there's not much. How we doing? All things basketball. Fear shooting, I don't really worry about. I definitely think the decision making isn't great, but I've also seen a lot of young point guards. I think about like even like Fox and Sexton to different extents, like really struggled with decision making in a high usage role. And the fact that Fears is still like at 32 usage with solid efficiency, like 56 true shooting and a positive assist to turnover, like I don't know. I still believe I think the tools are all really impressive, and definitely the decision making isn't perfect for him, but I'll bet on a guy who can generate rim pressure whenever he wants with that level of handle and like the obvious passing talent he has. As for the shooting, like I don't know. I just believe in it. Like I think his touch is great, his free throw numbers are great, his volume numbers have always been great. Like I just everything points towards the percents increasing. And Fears is actually another guy who I interviewed for Sportskeeda. You should go check it out if you're interested in Jeremiah Fears content. He was also great to talk to. Very cool dude. But again, shooting is like all of the indicators are there, and we've seen there's so many examples of guards or just players in general who shot like poor percentages from three in college and ended up being good shooters. Like it just happens so frequently that I'm willing to bet on Fears figuring it out eventually. Like I was gonna say, I'll run a quick query. Excuse me. I will run a quick query for Fears. Because I am curious, actually. But yeah, I mean, he's just, yeah, I trust Fears quite a bit. Oh, I definitely don't think Fears is ready necessarily. Like, he still is like a development guy. But I think it would be dumb for teams to not try to convince him to come out now when you can get him with like a late lottery pick when he goes back next year and he's a top 5 pick. Like I think he's very much worth betting on. Like I think he can go to the NBA, and probably should, even if he's going to take time. Suggs plus Carrington sounds like an incredibly cool player. That sounds like an all-star. That just sounds like that just sounds like assuming it's like the projection of Bub, that just sounds like an all-star. Like that's just like a top 25 player. Where I think immense I mean, would he not start it? Yeah, I guess they already have Kamania, like who I do love. I mean, Ament is better than Kamania, but I do like Kamania. Kamania is really good. I think Kentucky would be awesome because he would be like the feature guy at Kentucky in terms of freshmen. They're gonna have Jasper Johnson and Moreno and Caden Lewis. All those guys are good, but like none would be like feature scorers. I think the way that Immense would be. So I think I'd want Kentucky. Why not more people have Peterson over AJ? I have had that for a long time, and I think more people are. I definitely see it more than before the season. I don't know. I think people are rightfully enamored by AJ's physical tools, but I do think Peterson, while not being as tall, has like very similar level of special outlier athletic tools, while also being like one of the most impactful defenders and an insane shooter and some of the best touch and handle and passing. I don't know. I don't think I need to do the wax poetic, but AJ is great. I understand. Like I said, in terms of like pure advantage creation, if it's AJ Advanza, like he is the guy there. But I could, yeah, he could definitely have a jaw type sophomore. I could absolutely see that. That would be really cool. I just don't think it's likely. I mean, that's just not how players usually operate. Like it's just rare to see that. It does happen. There are cases for like a. I mean, I guess Jaden Ivey probably would have been like a riser in the process, but he didn't end up. He wasn't as. I don't think he was ever mocked as a freshman as high as Fears has been. But no, I believe in Fears' talent. I really hope. I'm conflicted on this because I really do want to see Flory thrive, and I think he's like worth a lottery pick. Oh my goodness, I think he's worth a lottery pick this year. But I also want to see him stay and form the most ridiculously. I think that's genuine. Darryn Peterson plus Flory Badunga is the most athletic like star guard center duo since never. Like that is the most athletic duo ever. Genuinely, that would be the coolest thing ever. And I think we're probably gonna get it. I don't see Flory. Thoughts on Acuff? I talked about Acuff a little bit earlier. I haven't been as high on him just because of like the feel at his size mainly. But I know he's been playing a lot better this season, and I've been meaning to watch some of his IMG stuff and catch up on him. So TBD. Peterson. Ugh. Good try. Very good try. This game has been awesome. This has been so fun. I mean, every prolific game is awesome because they have Darryn Peterson, but Ament is good job. I mean, you can see like he just doesn't generate a ton of push on these bumps or really any at all, but he's just so big. He just shoots over people. John Wall's center was Boogie, and Flory is more athletic than Boogie Cousins. I don't care. Argue with the Wall, etc., etc. I don't care. But John Wall, yeah, I mean Wall is probably. If you're counting like height, then that's going Casanova. We're still going, at least for the end of this game. No, I didn't go in. See, good D by Ahmed has some really crazy tools, like in like non-traditional athleticism, like how fluid he is and coordinated, and his like agility and his hips. Like he's not a crazy athlete. He's not so explosive or athletic, and he needs to add strength. Like he's a good athlete in a lot of ways that like help him excel on a basketball court, which obviously is, I think, generally more important than your traditional run jump athleticism. At least having like a baseline of it. Have I seen the news of Flag going back to Duke? I would. You know what? My instinct is to say that's obviously never going to happen, but Luka got traded to the Lakers, so I'm just not going to say that. Watch Acuff against I. Yeah, I'll watch some Acuff at some point. Maybe live or maybe off stream. I don't know. But any chance Chipotle Nationals? I'm never betting against Cameron Boozer. That guy wins. That guy wins everything. That guy never loses. It's Columbus. I'm never betting against Cam Boozer. Never happening. In terms of winning, that guy just wins. That guy just wins. Any chance Immense passes AJ or Boozer on boards? AJ would be shocked. Boozer, like, he won't for me, but maybe there are going to be people who think Immense is better than Boozer. That is going to happen. But those same people probably wouldn't think he's better than AJ, if you're catching my drift. Just you can see the lack of power generation, like the force and explosion. But yeah, there are going to good rebounding. There are going to be people who think Immense is better than Boozer. I think that's not going to be the case at all. But there are people who, actually, maybe I'll throw on some Acuff after this, just some clips of Acuff from recent games after this to. Yeah, I think this is going to happen. Cool. After I finish this game, which I think is over soon. I think someone earlier mentioned in chat was like, Flag was like wanted to go back and play with Boozer or something, but it would be the greatest college basketball team of all time. It might just be the greatest basketball team of all time. Like, I legitimately think those guys might not lose a game. Imagine Boozer on the Thunder. Jesus Christ. That's gonna happen somehow. Like that's just gonna happen. I don't know how, but it's gonna happen. And he's gonna be like their third MVP level guy, and it's just not gonna be fair. Good defense right there, pinching in. Peterson. Oh, he went out for it. Again, like this defense by Ament is just top quality. Like look at how fluid he's moving his feet right here against Darryn. This is a bad position, right? Like Darryn is blowing by your top foot, but he slides, opens up, and is able to turn and chase to recover. Like that is insane for a 6'10" guy. Like that is crazy. What beast. Yeah, I'm super Ament pilled. The defensive ceiling with him is so crazy. No, I probably wouldn't have Ament over Harper this year, but I would think about it. Obviously, we don't know what Ament's going to look like in college, but I probably wouldn't have Ament over Harper, but I would think about it. Definitely would have him 3 in 2020, 2025. That's for sure. Have you watched Ament against AJ? I've not, no, but I need to. Yeah, AJ against other top players, like, I mean, it's hard to say he got like outplayed after when Darryn put 61 and he put 48, but it's definitely true. Like he did. Yeah, I don't know. I think his team is just worse than a lot of the other guys. I mean, I'm not like trying to make excuses for him, but I think his team is definitely worse if we're trying to explain it other than just like he's not as good as them. I think Utah Prep also, they don't like to have him guard other stars really, which is interesting. Like he'll do it sometimes, but they switch a lot and they pass a lot of stuff off. I mean, they do this against most teams. Like they did this against. It was a bummer. I got to see AJ live for work, this summer, or not this summer, like earlier in the year, and he was supposed to play Stokes, but Stokes got hurt. But he was so sick in person. But yeah, no. I mean, I do think just like, especially against like Columbus, like that team has just no shot. Like as good as AJ is, that team just like does not have a shot against like the elite stacked prep schools with like depth. I don't think, but he's good. AJ's gonna be really good. I just like don't think he's like as legendary as some people might, but he is very, very good. And it's crazy to think that he and Darryn, alternate universe, they're both at Prolific Prep with Tyron Stokes. Once again, Nate Ament, this is like his third possession of this late game, locking up Darryn Peterson on the ball. Like this is really impressive. AJ is a pretty egregious foul grifter. I will tell you that. I get it. And Darryn does it too. Definitely not as much as AJ, but in their matchups, I think Darryn really foul grifts. Like when he's playing against AJ, he will just rip through. But yeah, no, AJ is a professional foul grifter. Draft scout on a throwback reddish one, that would be awesome. I could definitely do that. I've thought about doing that before. Also, Ament is the MVP of this late game. This is an unreal performance. Like this is wild. He's shutting down Darryn Peterson. Not really shutting. I mean, again, as much as you can, but making life hard for him. Shout out to him. I know Prolific loses this game. And look who's on the play right here. This is just good awareness of Ament reading this exit screen, gets in Winter's face, and just forces a turnover. Like, he's cooking. He's absolutely cooking. Or was it not a turnover? No, it was. I think so. Wow, shout out to him, man. Nate Ament. Impressive. Impressive. Okay, what do you say? Darius Acuff League ready. We'll do a little bit of this. That's cool, dude. When was Josh Green at Columbus? Wasn't Josh Green at was or I mean prolific. Oh, you mean Jalen Green? Who is do I remember that guy? Probably not. I watched a lot of Jalen Green. Columbus. I don't watch the full games or highlights. Okay, they have this is the one time I don't want the full game. I just want the highlights. But no, I don't want it with the terrible camera angle. Oh, Josh Jackson. Okay. I might do link. I think someone said link earlier. So I'll do link for now. Yeah, pretty sure someone said link before. Shout out Capital One, man. I don't know. What would my top 5 board if you combined? Is there a recent highlight? I'm just doing a highlight right now, and then I'm going to bed. But out of the top 4 would be probably Flag, Boozer, Peterson, Boozer, DeBansa, and then I think Harper 5th. And then Quaintance. That would just be the most stupidly stacked shit ever. That's not CNAC, is it? Is that, no? Wait, is this old? This is I'm so dumb. This is old. Okay, yeah. If you can find the link, that would be awesome. We could do that. Next year's draft is ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. Anyways, I don't know why. Like the YouTube analytics told me I should start streaming like obscenely late at night my time. And the analytics are right. They're correct. They were correct. Ricky, the YouTube name. Ricky. Highlights. Recent. Was it City of Palms or was it? I'm not seeing this, but you can find 32. Appreciate you guys, man. Acquaintance is much better than an Amoni Bates, unfortunately. 2 minutes. What is the one I'm missing? Am I dumb? There's a link. That's from a year ago. I don't want that, right? This one you said, I guess. This camera, this is the worst camera angle, unfortunately. But yeah, this is a brutal camera angle. Pull up, nice. cuff. Yeah, this camera angle is unfortunate, but we'll see. Actually, wait. I might just have. I'm gonna check if I have this on Synergy. So again, it's Link, the recent one. Okay, yeah, I definitely just have the clips from this game that I will pull up right now. Let me go down to the Link game. All right. Saw. I should have just done this from the fucking beginning. I'm dumbass. This is a game I would be interested in watching too, because I am still very TBD on CNAC as well. Love 3-point attempt. No good. A cuff. Very nice drive there. Just getting downhill. Finish a little bit off though. Thoughts on Carter Bryant? Don't have any deep thoughts yet, other than I think he's quite intriguing from the little I do know, and that he feels like a guy who's going to be a guy. I don't know. I don't have a strong opinion. bank. But yeah, I'm a fan of Carter. I mean, just like the athletic tools are so crazy, and I think he's good at like applying them in terms of getting boards and blocking shots, and like very good functional athlete, which is obviously worth something. Nice pass. Not rewarded with an assist, but rewarded with a nice pass. Definitely like could maybe art a little looping, and you'd like that much kind of more velocity, but that's a nitpick as well. No sir. He loves his pull up threes. That is for sure. He does love his pull up threes. Let's see. Beautiful. Guys, it's just clinical. Not the greatest defense here, but good split, decel, flow. His skill level is really high. I mean, there's no denying that. A cuff. I don't know if again another like questionable-ish decision. That's really but it's a good pass regardless. Good defense there. Yeah, I don't think I am either at this point. I mean, like, I definitely get it, and like the tools and the flashes are extremely impressive, no doubt about that. He's so good at like the little like hezzies too. But yeah, I don't have a super strong opinion yet because I feel like I haven't caught any of his good games either. I did not think Bryant was impressive at all in high school, to be perfectly honest. I mean, I thought he was fine, but he did not look like a real guy to me, like a one and done possible guy. But yeah, that was my thought on Carter. He never really stood out. I missed the last play. Yeah, he never really stood out to me, but he is very impressive this year, is my point. I'm very impressed by him. Good screen pacing, just like getting a bunch of wide open pull-ups this game, which is very nice. Thoughts on Koa Pete? Another guy who I'm undecided on. I'm just not sure what the ceiling is with him. Like, what is like the 100th percentile Koa Pete outcome? I just like genuinely am not sure. Um, I mean, he's like a good mid range scorer. Like definitely, I think is probably like playing too high up in terms of usage. Like I don't know about the shooting or like the feel always being consistent decision making as like a lead guy at least. So, but he has been like the defense and that stuff is quite good. But I'm unsure. But I am unsure. Oh my goodness. Whew. Very nice. Oh my goodness. His handle is so sick. Who put you on? Hit cuff is very. After this, I have one more guy that we're gonna watch. Oh, good back cut. Like the off ball work there. To be fair, Cam Boozer destroys everyone when he plays against them. So what the fuck? Damn. Yeah, he just has that like flair to him, doesn't he? Like this move doesn't really create a bunch of space, but it does get into a spot. Then he just like makes a crazy read. Like he's not always creating space with his moves, which is something that. I like Cam Holmes. He was good in AAU. Yeah, tough shot. I don't know. I feel like a lot of my issues with Acuff have been present in this game, but obviously he is an extremely talented player. I'm not going to do it tonight, but at some point I'll try to find the Columbus cave and watch that. I have not watched that game. I'm not caught up. I'm not caught up at all on high school hoops, which is a shame because it's some of my favorite scouting stuff, honestly. And they're like, again, small guards who like all of their shots are difficult worry me quite a bit. That just scares me. Yeah, it's just hard to live that way. Aristode, solid like 3-and-D-ish wing type. Definitely an impressive defender though. Seems solid. I don't have like a super strong opinion of him. Good burst. I like McCoy. I'm not sold on McCoy's offense yet. That's like my main thing that I'm not sure about yet because he is just like a very inconsistent shooter and like sometimes his decision making is not great. Really tough. I like the creation of this like decel floater. But yeah, I think McCoy is good. I don't love McCoy. Like I'd probably have. I don't know where I'd have him. I think Christian Collins is better than him in 2026. That's my maybe hot take. I think my 2026 top 3 right now would be Tyron Stokes, Christian Collins, and Caleb Gaskin, which is very non-consensus. But it's a very fluid top of that class. Good pacing. The pacing on these drives is so good. I definitely think Tyron's the top guy in that class, but I don't think he's like a great top prospect or anything. He's good though. I think he is like legitimately a pretty damn good player, and he's obviously freaky. I would recommend watching Gaskins' stuff from like definitely border league, like doing a lot of pull-up stuff off the dribble, live dribble passing. Like he definitely has been catch and shoot guy in the past, but he has been really expansive with his role this year, and his defense is insane. I just like it. Again, I don't think like I don't focus too much on role for like young high school guys. I mean, it definitely matters, but a lot of times that his like mid-range shot making is phenomenal. That's part of why I like Gaskin so much as well, is that he is just a sick mid-range shot maker while being a great passer too. He's shooting 35% on catch and shoot threes this year, 43% on pull-up jumpers. Yeah, no, I'm a fan of his game. If Reed Shepard is closer to 30, not cooked. I mean, that's kind of closer to what I expected, honestly, for him. Good burst. His like strength and like discard, really good. The strength and discard. I don't know. I kind of famously, or like people got mad at me for saying that Shepard was an overrated shooting prospect. Obviously very good, but not like special or anything. And I still think he's going to be a good shooter, but I just like, again, it wasn't like a lock to me that he was just going to be this 40% guy every year. Like, it was definitely possible, and he might have seasons like that, but it's just based, like, he just did not have enough in terms of his shooting profile to lock that in. Yeah, I don't. Akoff is very talented. Just like the bar for short high school guards is just so high. That I just tend on pretty much all of them. I tend to be hard on. Like it's not. It's just hard way to work. I would assume Evans transfers probably. He's good though. I like him. I think he's interesting. I think he's at least like a guy who's worth. I mean, Reed's offense has been like really bad when he's been on the floor. I don't think it's as much of a coaching thing. Like he's passing up shots. He just looks really small. He's had a couple better games recently, but I don't think it's a coaching thing really. Good try. Again, he's like so good at keeping guys on his hip and just getting to his spots. Overtime. Let's go. Nice. Good Euro step. Tough finish. Really tough. Oh my God. That's a tough ass finish. Leaning to his left with the left. Aaron Holiday is honestly kind of solid to me, but I get it. It is annoying, and it would annoy me if I was a fan. Thoughts on Caden? I think Caden is quite good. I said bucket. I said this earlier, but I think Caden is like a lock to me to be a great college player. I would be shocked if he wasn't like an amazing college player at the very least. I'm not sold on him in terms of like NBA prospects. Amari Bynum, don't have much of an opinion on. They're tough. Foul there? Yeah. All right, that was good. That was cool. All right, I think I'm gonna end the stream and try to go to bed. But any last questions, thoughts, comments? Again, appreciate you all being here. Like, subscribes, comments on the videos, all would be very, very, very appreciated, obviously. But you guys are cool. I hope you have good nights. See y'all. Yes, I agree with you about Moody, though. Moody's goated.